Track of the week. Hello, I'm Anthony Miller. A murder charge hanging over his head. But Munga Honorable also with a hit single heading into the new year.
Hilltop. I wanna know. I wanna know.
Him say once a man, twice a child.
Sing J with his back to the wall.
It's rebirth of my humility, so to speak.
Me no wanna get a pressure me as me wake.
Munga Honorable on a murder rap.
As everybody know, my life is entertaining, my life is loud, but I'm a quiet person. So I've been more quiet, so to speak, in that sense.
Better if you give me a break.
With that said, we spend the time to not get down, not get weak, not get weird about the matter. Spend that time focusing on work, music.
Cleveland Smith shot and killed in February 2017. Munga, who maintains his innocence, arrested and charged a few months later, but on a $500,000 bail since June of that year.
Never left, now gone away. Still there.
Cause a boy like me not mad. No. Me not mad over no girl.
The wheels of justice turning slowly in Jamaica. Munga with a lot of time to reflect on the dilemma he's in.
Recollection, take time for looking at yourself. Take time for look forward to where you really want to go. Focus, and I've been working ever since. I mean, yeah, as we know, we can't say much. We can't even say anything at all about that. It's an ongoing case we take before courts. Lawyers instructed, no comment. As far as that's concerned, so we put my mind on music, we put my mind on focusing on recording, writing, performing, and that's what I've been doing.
Time apparently well spent. The Sing J's Namad single debuting on ER's Top 10 last week.
Energy up. It's a ice and liquor chaser in my Hennessy cup. Couple girls and couple talks to make the energy bub.
With Munga preoccupied by more serious matters, a catchy tune from a Sing J in legal limbo taking some by surprise.
Yeah, when me and Munga we just arise from nowhere. Look for Munga we job farm. I'm just come find a big hit single so.
People wrote off Munga. Nothing was happening for Munga, and all of a sudden Munga is in the news big time because he's found this big song.
I want to know. My granny said when I did no dash away, you know. Yeah? So, this is Markland, this is Grand Spen. Shout out to the whole Honorable family. They have never let me feel like nothing now go on. Grandma never made me feel like nothing now go on. Talia never made me feel like nothing now go on. Hilltop team, put my society, never made me feel like nothing now go on. So there was always motivation for the focus. We always known that if you're not at the forefront, you're not at the forefront. And when you're at the forefront, you're at the forefront.
You can't break my confidence.
When did you realize that this song was racking up sort of numbers and it was putting you in the position you needed to be in?
When Anthony Miller called. When Anthony Miller started calling, you know, say, you have made a mark.
I think you saw those figures before that, and I think you realized you had a hit on your hands.
Yes and no. You see, I don't work off for really the hype, you know. It's the effect. Cool? So even when we record the song, release the song, and the people are react to it and appear, we're still looking deeper, we're looking further. My vocabulary is somewhat different from the regular dancehall artist, if I might say so myself.
What accounts for that?
My delivery is different from the regular dancehall artist, if I can say so myself. What accounts for that?
Yeah.
Karen Hamilton, Nugent, Momsky.
But she was somebody who cared about language and brought you up in a particular
teacher,
way?
Man. So I make sure say, big son can read properly.
Munga's inbox packed going into the new year. His legal problems haven't gone away, but this sure beats the trials and tribulations that beset him in 2018.
Yes, sir. It's a part of the industry, as we spoke about it earlier in previous interviews. So it's just cause and effect.
Me nah mad.
As my team say, hockey season. It's hockey season, we open.
Coulda pretty like Dolly and spend enough money, no.
No worries going forward in the new
What's
year.
that? What's that?
It's not on your plate.
That's
at
not a
all.
word in my vocabulary at this moment. Love and love alone, positive. Good vibes only. Honorable. I want now.
As one gun, one born like at the same.
And as well squad say, fiery, fiery man, fiery, fiery, fiery man. As the girl them see me, them see them admire way. Girl from Brooklyn and fire me. Fiery, fiery man, fiery, fiery, fiery man, fiery. Clean to the scene every night and day. Girl back it up, we ride away. Fiery, fiery man, fiery, fire. Call me the fire starter. When me touch wood, girl get torture. We so hot, can't cool with. So when the boss can't find him data, she lock up in the house to get. Oh gosh, so you fight and force her, no sir. Whether buy or beg or barter, and me girl them no deal with. Pass me a light span, call me hot. Like a roast peanut town we fresh. Like a lifesavers and we high. Right beside Venus and we a party like we turn. Up next.
Soca in her blood. Emerging Trini diva Nyla Blackman back again for Carnival in Jamaica.
Good anytime you step out and your body well nice and clean. Walk out from your nose so you're hot and you're tight up in your jeans.
Trini singer-songwriter and one of the new faces of soca, Nyla Blackman from a family of musicians. Just 21, had a hit with Kez called Workout, later getting together with Jamaican stars on various collabs. Nyla representing for Jamaica International during the 2019 Carnival season. Her sound often categorized as crossover soca.
They do describe it as that, but I would say that it is the future of soca. Soca has always been a fusion. It has been a fusion of East Indian and African music, and now it's at a place where it's evolving and becoming something even more than that. So I would say that it's the evolution of soca.
Nothing sweeter than hearing the sound of all I am.
Yes, she plays the guitar, an instrument not usually associated with Trini whining music.
It is unusual because people have never really done that on stage where they sing and play soca music, but where it really originated from was musicians and calypsonians. Calypsonians sang and played the guitar, but I think because of the fast tempo of soca, it kind of moved away from that, but I take it slow and I do it fast as well, so I guess that's where it fits in.
If you're ready to wine, say we ready.
Tons of family members involved in the music business. As if that weren't enough, her grandfather, Lord Shorty, whose roots were in Calypso, is credited with inventing soca.
He was seen as a black boy even though he was mixed, so he always felt like he wanted to bridge the gap between the Indian and the African world and just bring them together as one, and that's where he got like the soul of Calypso, and KAH actually came from the Hindi, the Indian alphabet. Ka is the beginning and it's also the end, so that's where the KH came from, but along the way the spelling was changed to SOCA instead of SOKAH, so that's why my brand is Soca SOKAH. I have lots of aunts and uncles, I can't count, but I have like 26 aunts and uncles, and they all play instruments, they all sing, they all write, they all create music.
Shensia Ding Dong and Taras Riley among her local collaborators.
Everybody listens to Jamaican music and we love it in Trinidad, but it's now growing over here in Jamaica, so I felt like to bridge that gap, do something with one of their own, and honestly it wasn't planned. The Shensia collaboration was the first, and it wasn't planned, it was just like I saw that she was doing amazing stuff and I felt like I was doing amazing stuff, and we're both young females, and the whole point of the song Badish was about like women being amazing and being their best selves and being ambitious, and I felt like she was the Jamaican version to what I am to Trinidad, so I was like, you'd definitely be a good person to do this song with, and it just happened, like it was just like meant to be.
Much better.
Good memories of jumping here in 2018, so looking forward to the new season with Jamaica International. But no, Carnival in Trinidad, something else entirely.
You wouldn't believe the rush of fets after fets in Trinidad. So I can't even tell you how much fets we have, but it's over probably 300 in such a short space of time. So it's gonna be madness. I'm preparing myself for it, working out for it, because you need to have stamina to do that. You need gym, buddy.
So, anything else?
My second name is Kiss. A lot of people don't know that. So kisses for everybody.
Listen up to new tracks from Nyla Blackman, Iron Love and Games.
I bring it, bring the iron love.
All I do is win.
Also tonight, two takes. Donna on the highs and lows of 2018, and Dennis with the top 5 social media stories of the year. So we're looking back at 2018. What stood out? What was interesting? What was fun? What were the big stories?
Well, 2018 was a very interesting year in Jamaica for entertainment, and interesting in Jamaica as always. Some of the things that stood out for 2018, we had a big carnival this year. Carnival in Jamaica is big, trended very big. We had a lot of visitors arriving, a boost for tourism, a boost for the economy. That's a big thing. Buju Banton returns home to Jamaica in December. That was a huge thing. It was very anticipated. A lot of us were agog with anticipation.
Khaled was down here.
No, yes, and Khaled came to visit Buju Banton and set himself up now as yard man. So we see Khaled making a move to become more Jamaican, more indigenous, I think, and to get a bigger piece of the Jamaican music pie. That's what I see, eh?
But it wasn't all indigenous. It was Dalton Harris winning X Factor.
But
Well, he's going to be doing pop songs, not reggae songs.
Yeah, but Dalton Harris is a pop star. You know, he was always had this pop kind of feel, and if you see the way he's dressing more in that way. So Dalton Harris winning X Factor in December was a big thing for Jamaica, a big international push for our singers, our artists, and our entertainment.
What about the Mobe guys?
Well, the Mobe guys, and in the summer at Sumfest, Ryan King comes to full attention because he was there before, but he burst to full attention at Sumfest in Montego Bay, and the Montego Bay guys are continuing to be on the rise. A big thing, tough as we say.
What else?
And of course we have what are the Spice, Black Hypocrisy, that publicity stunt that she pulled with the Black Hypocrisy and the mixtape. One of the things that it showed us is the power of social media and the kind of team that is working with Spice to keep her on the front burner and in the minds of her fans.
Somebody who is doing well, though, does she need to be going in that direction, or does it matter?
Well, look at it this way, Anthony. In today's world, imaging yourself in a particular way that your fans respond to, that the people who are spending respond to, seems to be all that matters. And so Spice is trending in a way that she's using a lot of underhanded negative publicity to get attention. Her fans respond to it. People are spending. She's happy. Her team is happy. I'm not very happy, but then who cares?
And some people spent big money for big cakes.
Oh yes.
And had nice parties.
And that, you know, and politics also has a piece of entertainment. People are entertained by what is happening. People are attracted. People are upset about it because the Wakanda movement, the post-parliamentary presentation party, plus the other party we heard about that had the cake, the big $1,000 cake.
Oh, come on. You think anybody cares about overpriced cakes, or they just want a slice of the cake?
I think that a lot of people want a slice of the cake. Some people want the whole recipe, because a lot of people are more interested in how these things can happen, why they are happening, and how is it that some people can get such large sums of money to play around with. So people are still concerned about the Wakanda movement and the $1,000 cake, and they are still being entertained by it.
But don't forget Peter Phillips giving the finger in Parliament.
Oh yes, and let me say, Parliament is about politics, about government, about the public administration, but people are still entertained by it. They pay a lot of attention to it, and a lot of it trends on social media. And remember, you know, Anthony, social media is the new frontier. A lot of what happened in 2018 reminded us that social media is the frontier. If you're in entertainment, if you're in politics, you're in the arts, anything you're doing, you need to have a presence. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, you have to have a presence out there.
2018, your year on social media.
It was a busy year on social media. It was chock full of stories from the sublime to the ridiculous, from murder to scandal. Coming in at number 5, Anthony, would have to be Petrojam. It was that scandal that erupted, and it began as one thing, and it began to envelop so many other portfolios and individuals. It resulted in the resignation, or sacking if you prefer, of a cabinet minister, as well as a very well-paid HR lady that a lot of people did not like. It was a big story in 2018. Coming in at number 4 then was, of course, the case of a man called Omar Collymore. Some people would have forgotten about him already. He was accused of murdering his wife. But then when people began to dig, they realized that he was accused of murdering his girlfriend before her. And at some point in the story, he was the subject of an attempted murder himself. And all about speculation over insurance money. It was a story that got a lot of clicks. Coming in at number 3, Anthony, would have to be the story of the release of Buju Banton. So much love, so much outpouring of support for the Gargamel. When people began to realize that this is real was when that first leaked image came out of him boarding the plane in the United States. And before you knew it, people descended upon the Norman Manley International Airport almost as much as when Haile Selassie himself was coming. The Rastaman is clearly loved. Coming in at number 2 was a very much loved but very controversial campaign for Dalton Harris and the X Factor. So it moved from Dalton Harris, the audition that everybody fell in love with, to the journey, to his mom stomping her feet like a madwoman, and eventually his victory. People loved this story. It was filled with a lot of drama. And of course, the number 1 story on social media in 2018 by a country mile was Spice, Black Hypocrisy. She punked the whole world, and the whole world began to watch and speculate, and she timed her response right, and it resulted in millions of clicks, and now people are paying attention to her mixtape, which they probably wouldn't have been paying attention to before.
Heading into 2019, what's going to be the trending story?
The trending story is going to be maybe Buju Banton and his first concert. Where is it going to be? What's it going to be like? How many big artists are going to be there? I think Buju Banton is going to be big in 2019. Also, Coffee, the young star, who is starring up the place with the song Toast. Look out for them.
But he senses a payday.
Oh, he senses it.